Hey, what is up, guys? It is your boy Speed here, and today we're back. It's been a while since I made a video, but we're back on the grind now. Every other day we'll be uploading. Nonetheless, the point of today's video is we're going to be talking about the PSA debacle that's going on. They've officially shut down everything, and so I want to do two things. Number one, I want to read the tweet, then I want to look at some of the replies. It's always hilarious to see how mad people are. I mean, somewhat rightfully so, I'll be honest, but we're going to be doing that, and then we're also going to look at a few PSA prices. How is PSA doing? Like, realistically, if the prices stay, this is just you know, at a theory, if the prices stay at what they are exact right now, and you were to submit cards, is it easy, is it too easy almost, to make money? Because the reality is, guys, PSA and submitting to PSA, it was too easy to make money. And that's why they're backed up. I'm pretty sure that was the case in sports cards. It's definitely the case in Pokemon. I mean, literally, look at some of these examples before we get into the tweet. All right, you don't believe me? You're just like, you might be saying, oh, but Speed, you need to put up the upfront money. Not that much. It was like $9 per card if you use the middleman for bulk. Not that much. For instance, a Caracosta. Now, yes, it's a PSA 10, okay? It's a PSA 10. But a Caracosta... Anyone know who this Pokemon is? I know it's water and rock type. I can't even bring it up. Caracosta! What is this thing? A GX. Now, $41 for 10. Okay, let's imagine they paid $9 for grading. Let's say 10, okay? $10 for grading. Now there's fees, eBay fees, and things like that. But Caracosta GX. Just give me a second, guys. Caracosta GX. A $3 card? Huh? A $3 card. Right? This is the problem. Okay? This should not be possible. Whether or not people want to hear this, and actually, you know what? I'll take that back. I'm not the one to judge that. I personally don't think it should be possible. The reason why I'm saying that is it should not be that easy to make money in collectibles. Because then literally no one should ever work a job. You should spend, you know, a year saving up all the money you possibly can as a waiter, and then just start sending out great, maybe a few years considering the backlog. And then just send in your cards, get them back. Obviously, let's assume it's 3 months, 4 months instead of the year. Obviously, that's why it's too easy. But yeah, you could just do that. You could just send in bulk Caracostas. And obviously, the market would get flooded and you wouldn't be able to blah, blah, blah. I'm just speaking out of theory here and just showing the point. Obviously, you would not send in 50 Caracostas. That would be not that smart. But the point is, this is kind of what's ridiculous. And so I think a lot of people are mad, but you have to look at the reality of the market. And you might be saying, oh, but I'm a collector. I don't care about flipping it. I don't care about making the money. I just want my cards back. I get it. I understand that. Of course, it makes complete sense. That it's very logical that if you're a collector, you'd want the times to be low. And, you know, frankly, I want the times to be low as well. And I'm a collector and a flipper and an investor. You know, I do all of it. And so that's completely reasonable. But the reality is when a PSA 9 Battle Academy Charizard, bruh, isn't this the thing that came in the board game thingy? That was like $40 and had like a ton of these? There's no way. I mean, and the funny part is this person definitely express graded it for $75. So they 100% lost money. Unless they did economy, but they might not have it back. I don't know when those things came out. But you guys see the problem. So we'll get into the tweet now. You know, certain cards I do think are still somewhat undervalued or are in okay places. These have been really popping off. Legendary Collection Holos have been popping off. I think rightfully so. These cards are very unique and incredible. That's besides the point. Let's get into the tweet. Let's check it out. So the tweet... Oh, whoops. Yeah, okay. So the tweet was PSA announces that the immediate suspension of nearly all card grading services. They're temporarily halting Value, Economy, Regular, Express, which is basically everything, which accounts for, you know, 98% of all items. So I guess technically that means you can do Super Express, right? Yeah, so they'll probably get a lot more Super Express submissions. That's good for their revenue. Not the 98% drop-off part, though. But yeah, let's take a look at a few of the replies, and I'm going to give my opinion on them, and I'd like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments as well about these replies, right? Like, what do you think? So the collector says... You know, it makes sense. Very fitting name. You know, if their name's the collector, they're probably a collector, in which case they would be disturbed with what's happening with PSA. And as I said, rightfully so. By the way, you can be on both sides. I've noticed a lot of division in the Pokemon community, sports card community over these grading things, or like kind of what's going on. You can be on both sides. You can be frustrated with PSA. You can be frustrated with the lack of supply, and still, be on the side of being a collector and an investor and a flipper, and that's the thing. But let's halt. The collector says, let's halt 98% of our business because we literally can't handle it. What other businesses in America can say that? Would this be termed, say, a management failure? And to me, that seems a bit crazy. Now, I have heard from multiple people that they think that the way that PSA is being handled is very poorly, and that they weren't, their business wasn't set up in a way that could handle this. And I don't know, okay? I'm not going to talk about management failure because, frankly, I don't know enough to talk about that, and so I'm not going to spend time talking about that. If anyone wants to go into detail in the comments about whether or not this actually is a management failure, I think we all would be happy to read that and hear your perspective. I don't know, so I'm not going to talk about it. However, I will give my feeling, my thoughts on it from the very little knowledge I have on it, which is they have so much cards, okay? They have so many cards. I mean, I think the day when they announced like that they were going to be halting services, I'm pretty sure what they said, I read this somewhere, is that they received 3 months worth of cards in like a week or a day, which is insane, right? That's insane. And so, frankly, if let's say McDonald's all of a sudden started getting 100 times the amount of customers, okay? Do you think they could handle it? I think the answer is probably not, right? Are they just going to make every McDonald's wider? I don't know, but my thought process is, like, I don't know how much PSA expanded, but I think it's literally, like when I'm saying expanded, the amount of submissions they're getting in, I'm pretty sure it's like 10 to 100 times. I don't know the exact number. Once again, you guys could help me out with that in the comments if you know, like, what the percentage is, but it's some ridiculous amount. It's definitely, I'm going to say it's more on the end of 100 times than like 10 times, just with the sheer amount. That's insane, right? I mean, that's insane. How do you keep up with that? I don't know how you keep up with that. How about y'all that are complaining stop sending in base egg card? Oh, okay. Apparently people were sending in like an egg card. So this guy said, which PSA responded to, which is good. So many people are going to get screwed as their membership is pointless now. They expect it 12 months, not now. And PSA basically says, no, that's not the case. You'll be getting your thing moved up. So if it isn't working for 4 months, you'll get 4 months extra, so on, so on. So that's good. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. This guy is very mad. New Island Games says, can you finally finish up my 45-day submission from 11 months ago? I find it a bit weird to say that on Twitter, as it's not going to change anything, but I do fully understand why you would say that. All right, next up. PSA issues started long ago. They've had massive backlogs for multiple years now. They've had massive backlog. Really? I mean, I know their timings were like 3 months a few years ago, but that's not that bad. Like, wasn't that kind of standard? Is this true? I don't think it's true. I mean, it has no likes, so it doesn't seem like people are mad. This isn't the fault of anyone besides PSA card. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like, as I said, I'm not going to comment on their management in some like very specific way. I guess I'm giving a broad comment on it, so the point is, what's going on is insane. Come on, right? Isn't that a little bit crazy, like, to say it isn't the fault of anyone, right? It's the fault of, yeah, probably largely PSA card, largely, partially, whatever it is. And then on top of that, you have the fact that COVID happened, and then collectibles exploded, and now there's like stimulus checks, so people are afraid to have their, investments in cash. They don't want to have savings, so they put it in collectibles and Bitcoin, blah, 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 right? Every collectible is going up. It has nothing to do with PSA. I mean, it's not specific to PSA or Pokemon or sports cards. It's every single collectible, everything. Even art, I'm pretty sure, is popping off, like, so that's the reality. And then, here's one that's more pro PSA. We live in a microwave society. People want everything instantly. No patience. If you want the cards right away, pay for the service. Don't be cheap. Now, I think this is the other extreme. So really what's funny is on Twitter, really it always seems to be the extremes. And maybe I'm skipping over the other ones, or I haven't gone into them yet. Maybe I'll keep going and we'll find them. But a lot of the time it seems to be extreme. Like, this guy is like, if you want your cards, just pay. They just shut down. You literally can't pay unless it's Super Express. You just can't pay. You can't pay. Just they won't let you. They won't let you, Pancho. Unfortunately, I would love to pay for $75 per card. I mean, the doubling was a bit much. Double is kind of a lot, right? You know, frankly, if I was going to Chipotle and I went to Chipotle and they said, "Hey, we've been getting a lot of customers. Our chicken bowl instead of being $9 is now $18." I'd be like, "What? I'm just gonna go to the place next door." But the reality is, there isn't really a place next door that compares to PSA. Now you might be saying, "Oh, but what about BGS? Doubled. CGC, not as popular. A lot of people don't like it. You might like it. I like it. I use it all the time. I've submitted over like hundreds of cards. So yes, I know there's other options. Trust me. But people don't like it. So all right. I mean, honestly, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. There's like this whole thing from the CEO, but frankly, he's just like, yeah, we're expanding. They're getting new facilities. They're increasing things, and they basically just feel like this is better for the overall customer. They want to decrease the times. But honestly, what do you guys think about all this? Because like PSA, you know, okay, let me give it a perspective. If you run a YouTube channel and you stop for 4 months and you come back, unless you are a massive channel, you're not gonna be able to have your following. They're probably gonna leave. They're probably gone. Now PSA is, you know, a massive company. Let's say it's a massive YouTube channel for the comparison. You know, like, yeah, they're probably gonna have their following still when they come back into things. And another question I'd be really curious about, when they come back in July, which I think is 4 months from now, if they come back in July, will the prices be back to normal? Will they be back to bulk being what, 10, maybe less, depending on what you use, or not? Right? Are they going to be back or not? I don't know. It's all spectacle. I mean, it's all speculation. But at the end of the day, I hope things revert back to normal. I'd rather you know, make 20, 30, 40% less per card, but have my card back in 3 months rather than a year and a half. And that I'm very confident on. That I believe that. But all right, hope you guys left some comments down below. By the way, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching to the end. For everyone who watches to the end, you know I always appreciate you the most because, you know, I do pick a favorite child in this case because it really helps the video do well. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.